Welcome to Sipping on Wellness. I'm Carrie, your guide to cozy, approachable tips for sparking wellness and energy every day. Imagine a quiet evening wrapped in a soft blanket with a warm drink in hand, ready to nurture your body and your mind. Disclaimer: this podcast is for educational purposes only. Please consult your doctor or practitioner for personal health needs. Today we're exploring GLP-1s, what they are, how they work, and their place in wellness. And talking with friends on their own journey taught me that understanding treatments like these could bring balance. They often started with feeling stuck in cycles of fatigue and cravings, where managing energy felt overwhelming. One step that changed things for them was learning about natural hormones and their mimics, revealing options such as peptides. I was skeptical at first, but I kept an open mind and did some research. This episode will give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Making a decision to start on these peptides should be an informed one because they are not a one-size-fits-all approach. If you are on this journey or thinking about it, I hope this helps. GLP-1s, or glucagon-like peptide-1 agonists, are medications that mimic a natural hormone in your body to help regulate blood sugar and appetite. This hormone is released after eating and plays a key role in how your body handles glucose. GLP-1 boosts insulin release from the pancreas, helping cells absorb sugar from the blood. It also slows stomach emptying, which prevents sharp blood sugar spikes after meals. In everyday life, this means steadier energy levels, avoiding those mid-afternoon crashes that make simple tasks feel daunting. For someone juggling work and family, this stability can mean the difference between feeling drained or ready for the evening. The connection to chronic conditions is significant. For people with type 2 diabetes, GLP-1s lower blood sugar effectively. They reduce the need for other medications by improving insulin sensitivity. Beyond diabetes, they're used for weight management, helping with obesity by curbing hunger. How do they work? Let's look at a familiar scenario. It's a football season and you're at a tailgate. After that big tailgate meal, you begin to feel overly full and sluggish. GLP-1s can mimic the body's natural response to signal fullness earlier, preventing overeating. Your gut signals to your brain that it does not need any more food, therefore telling you to stop eating. What this does to support your body is balance your blood sugar levels, keeping them steady so you avoid those wild spikes and crashes. Plus, by slowing digestion, GLP-1s help your body process that tailgate feast more smoothly, giving you more energy without the food coma. It's like having a built-in game plan for your metabolism. This also ties into mood, as stable blood sugar helps avoid irritability or low energy that chronic illness amplifies. It's like giving your metabolism a gentle nudge to work more efficiently, supporting long-term health without drastic changes. So whether you're dodging a sugar crash or just trying to feel your best at the tailgate, GLP-1s are like that reliable support to give you balance and energy. In daily routines, GLP-1s offer a tool for those struggling with metabolic health. They suppress glucagon, a hormone that raises blood sugar, keeping levels even throughout the day. This is crucial during stressful times like busy work weeks, where cortisol spikes can worsen blood sugar control. For chronic illness, this stability reduces complications like heart issues or fatigue, making activities like a family walk feel more achievable. The hormone's natural role is amplified by these medications, which last longer in the body, providing consistent support. This can be especially helpful for those that find it hard to maintain diet or exercise due to energy fluctuations. Weight loss is another key area where GLP-1s add support. GLP-1s lead to significant reductions, up to 15% of body weight over a year, by increasing satiety and reducing calorie intake. This isn't just about numbers on a scale. It's about feeling lighter and more vibrant in everyday life. For someone with chronic conditions linked to weight, like joint pain, this can ease symptoms and improve mobility. However, it's important to pair with lifestyle changes for lasting results, as stopping can lead to the regain of weight. The gradual nature of the weight loss makes it sustainable, avoiding the yo-yo effects of crash diets. Potential heart benefits add to their appeal. GLP-1s may lower risk of heart attack or stroke in those with diabetes or obesity. This protective effect comes from reduced inflammation and better blood vessel function. In real life, this means more peace of mind during routine checkups or active days. For chronic illness management, it's a multifaceted approach, supporting not just sugar control, but overall vitality. As research evolves, we're seeing how these treatments could prevent complications, offering hope for better long-term outcomes. Let's shift gears a bit and keep it real about these GLP-1s like semaglutide and tirzepatide. We've talked about the upsides, but it's only fair to dive into the potential downsides with the same straightforward conversation. Just clear facts to help you make smart choices. First off, the most common hiccups are those gut-related side effects. Things like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and even constipation. These can sneak up on you and sometimes lead to dehydration, which in super rare cases might trigger acute kidney issues. Not fun, right? But starting low and going slow with your dose can really help ease into it. Working with a nutritionist and personal trainer, make sure that you are getting the right nutrients and building strength so that you don't lose muscle, which can be very common for those that choose to go on this path. If you lose nutrients and muscle, it can lead to other health complications down the road, which would be counterproductive to the goals you are trying to achieve. Then there are the more serious, though less frequent risks that show up on the FDA labels. We're talking pancreatitis, gallbladder problems, or even making diabetic eye disease worse if you've got that going on. And if you're pairing these meds with insulin or sulfonylureas, watch out for low blood sugar. It can hit hard. Oh, and then there's that big boxed warning about thyroid tumors. If you or anyone in your family has a history of medullary thyroid carcinoma or MTC, or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or MEN2, these drugs are a no-go. Better safe than sorry. The FDA has also flagged a few other things lately. For one, these meds can slow down your digestion, which is a bad match if you already have severe gastroparesis. And heads up if surgery is on the horizon. That delayed stomach emptying could complicate things under anesthesia. Always loop in your surgeon or anesthesiologist so they're in the know. Speaking of real-world data, a 2025 CDC report just crunched the numbers. Between 2022 and 2023, there were about 24,500 emergency room visits in the U.S. linked to semaglutide side effects, mostly those GI woes. Now that's out of millions of users, so it's not super common, but it does underscore why ramping up your dose gradually, chugging plenty of water, getting the right nutrients, maintaining muscle, and double-checking any other meds, especially blood sugar ones, is key. One more thing that catches people off guard: what happens when you stop? Weight often bounces back. Take the Step 1 extension study. They found folks regained about 2/3 of what they'd lost within a year of quitting. If you're thinking of taking these peptides to manage weight, you need to make lifestyle changes along the way. Teaching yourself and your body what nutrition, hydration, and strength training are, and why they are crucial for lifetime changes is key. Working with a practitioner, coach, or personal trainer are important to maintaining the work that you put in with these peptides. If you're thinking about tapering off, don't wing it. Build a solid plan with a good nutrition, some strength training to keep that muscle, and maybe even metabolic tweaks to hold on to those gains. And do so under the supervision of your doctor. All right, let's dive in what to watch out for if you're thinking about GLP-1 meds, especially since we're steering clear of those sketchy compounded or knockoff versions. Those can be a real gamble with dosing and quality, and trust me, you don't want to roll the dice with your health on that. Today's episode is powered by Rosebud's Real Food. Their small batch seasonings are some of the easiest ways I've found to add flavor and nourishment to an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. With no fillers, no hidden ingredients, and only clean, wholesome blends, these spices make healthy eating delicious and simple. They've become a staple in my kitchen, and I use them daily in meals for both taste and wellness. If you'd like to try them for yourself, grab my affiliate link and discount in the show notes and bring real food flavor to your table. When you're considering GLP-1s like semaglutide or tirzepatide, here's the game plan for staying safe and smart. First, always stick to FDA-approved meds from legit licensed pharmacies. Check the packaging, the prescription label, and make sure it's coming from a reputable source, not some shady online deal or a friend of a friend hookup. Compounded versions might sound tempting because they're often cheaper, but they can be inconsistent, underdosed, overdosed, or even contaminated, which can lead to serious trouble like infections or worsening side effects. Next, keep an eye on your body's response when starting these meds. Since GI issues like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or constipation are super common, track how you're feeling, especially in the first few weeks. If you're puking a lot or can't keep fluids down, dehydration can sneak up, and in rare cases, that's been linked to kidney issues. So sip that water like it's your job. If you've got a history of pancreatitis, gallbladder problems, or diabetic eye disease, have a real talk with your doctor to make sure these meds are even a fit for you. And if thyroid cancer runs in your family, specifically MTC or MEN2, red flag. These drugs probably aren't for you. Also, pay attention to how other meds play with GLP-1s. If you're on insulin or sulfonylureas, low blood sugar can be a risk, so you might need to tweak those doses with your doc's help. Got a surgery coming up? Tell your surgeon or anesthesiologist you're on a GLP-1 because that slow digestion thing could mess with your anesthesia or recovery. And if you're thinking about stopping these meds, know that weight gain is real. So have a plan like a solid diet and some strength training to keep things in check. Bottom line, stick with the real deal from a trusted pharmacy or doc. Start low and go slow with dosing, and keep your healthcare team in the loop about your history and any procedures. Watch for weird symptoms, stay hydrated, and don't fall for the temptation of cheap knockoffs. It's like picking a tailgate buddy. You want someone reliable, but not the guy who shows up with the mystery meat. Keep it legit, and you're setting yourself up for success. In the end, how do you play it smart? Get screened for stuff like pancreatitis, gallbladder disease, major GI troubles, or diabetic eye issues before starting. Titrate that dose nice and easy. Chat with your healthcare team, especially if surgery's coming up, and always go for FDA-approved stuff from legit pharmacies. You've got this. Knowledge is power, right? Empowerment comes from knowing the pros and cons. Exploring options like these with guidance can reveal paths to better health. You don't need perfection. Gentle integration can help you feel more in control. Now let's chat about some practical ways to support GLP-1 use. If you are choosing to move forward with GLP-1s, it's important to know how to use them so that they are used in an optimal, healthy way. Oftentimes, they are prescribed without such supports, so let's talk about how to use them in an efficient and successful way. Let's start with dietary choices. While GLP-1s help with appetite, pairing them with nutrient-dense foods maximizes benefits. Focus on gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free options like leafy greens, berries, and nuts to stabilize blood sugar further. Swap processed snacks for roasted veggies with olive oil. Simple but satisfying. At a social gathering, choose a salad with avocado instead of fried appetizers. These habits enhance medication's effects, reducing side effects like nausea. It's about building meals that keep you full longer, aligning with the hormone's natural actions. Movement also complements GLP-1s. Gentle walks after meals aid digestion and blood sugar control. Aim for 10 to 15 minutes daily to boost energy without strain. For chronic conditions, this low-impact activity eases joint stress while supporting weight management. It's about consistency, not intensity. Listen to your body. Adding yoga or stretching can further reduce stress, which indirectly supports the treatment's efficacy. Sleep is crucial. GLP-1s can sometimes affect rest, so prioritize 7 to 9 hours. Create a calming routine. Dim lights an hour before bed and avoid screens. This stability amplifies the medication's benefits for mood and metabolism. If sleep is challenging, herbal teas like chamomile can help naturally. Mindfulness helps manage any side effects. Deep breathing can help during nausea. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6. Journal progress to stay motivated, noting any improved energy. These practices make the journey feel supported and less overwhelming. For our tip this week, keep in mind these meds aren't a solo act. They team up best with smart eating habits. That's where label reading comes in. When you flip to the nutrition facts, check the serving size first. It's key. Those bags of chips or cookies might look innocent, but their serving size is often tiny compared to what you'd actually eat in one sitting. GLP-1s help you feel full sooner, but if you're mindlessly chowing down on oversized portions of junk, you're working against what the meds are trying to do. Keeping portions in check aligns with that stop eating signal GLP-1s amplify. Next, scanning for added sugars. Aiming for under 5 grams per serving is a pro move. GLP-1s are awesome at stabilizing blood sugar, which helps dodge those energy crashes and cranky moods that come with chronic conditions like diabetes or obesity. But if you're loading up on sugary snacks, you're spiking your blood sugar and undoing some of that hard work. Low sugar choices keep things steady, letting the meds do their job without interference. Then try peeking at the ingredient list. If it's long and full of weird, unpronounceable names, it's probably not your health's best friend. Processed junk can mess with your gut and metabolism, which isn't ideal when GLP-1s are trying to optimize how your body handles food. Sticking with simpler, whole foods helps your digestion play nice with the med's slower gut effect. Finally, focusing on fiber. Shooting for 5+ grams per serving is a total win. High fiber foods like veggies or whole grains naturally boost that full feeling, which pairs perfectly with how GLP-1s signal satiety into your brain. Plus, fiber helps keep your blood sugar and digestion on an even keel, which is clutch for managing diabetes or weight long term. It's like giving your body extra support to stay energized and avoid the food coma. So reading labels like this isn't just about being a health nerd. It's about making choices that align with what GLP-1s are trying to do for you. It's about picking the right steps to keep your metabolism running smoothly, whether you're cheering at a game or just navigating life with diabetes or weight goals. Checks at the stores set you up to maximize the med's benefits, keep your mood and energy steady, and stay in the game for the long haul. Let's dive into listener-inspired questions. What are GLP-1s exactly? GLP-1s are medications mimicking a natural hormone to regulate blood sugar and appetite. They trigger insulin release, slow digestion, and promote fullness, aiding diabetes and weight management. Always discuss with your doctor for personalized use. How do GLP-1s help with weight loss? They reduce hunger by signaling fullness to the brain and slowing stomach emptying, leading to lower calorie intake. Combined with diet and exercise, they can result in significant weight reduction over time. Results vary, so track progress with your healthcare provider. What side effects might I experience? Common ones include nausea, diarrhea, or headaches, often easing as your body adjusts. Start with lower doses to minimize these issues and stay hydrated. If severe, consult your doctor promptly. Are GLP-1s safe for long-term use? They're generally safe for many, but monitoring is key for risks like thyroid issues. Regular checkups ensure benefits outweigh potential concerns. Lifestyle changes enhance safety and effectiveness. Can anyone take GLP-1s? They're prescribed for specific conditions like diabetes or obesity. Not for everyone. Discuss medical history with your doctor to see if they fit. Alternatives like diet tweaks may work for milder needs. Our takeaway this week: try checking one food label using the tip. This step builds awareness gently. For support, grab my free GLP-1 info guide at the link in the show notes or at winewalkswellness.com. It's your roadmap with details on benefits and risks. If you learned something, share it on Instagram with #SippingOnWellness. I'd love to hear from you. That's it for today's Sipping on Wellness. Thank you for joining this cozy time exploring GLP-1s. If it resonated with you, subscribe on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and share with a friend. Head to the show notes or winewalkswellness.com for your free guide and more resources. Until next time, stay cozy, choose wellness, one gentle sip at a time.